Hi, it's Ian here. Welcome to another 5-minute marketing tip. This week's tip is all about your website, and I have a question for you. What is the number one thing you would like visitors to your website to do realistically? So probably the number one thing you'd like them to do is to whip out that credit card and pay you a whole load of money. That's probably not going to happen the first time they visit. So for first-time visitors, what is a realistic thing that you would most like them to do? We'll come back and talk about it after this break. Hi, welcome back. So if you struggled with that question, if you struggled to immediately answer what's the number one goal you have for your website visitors realistically, then you're not alone. A lot of people really struggle with that question. And that's why a lot of websites are very wishy-washy. They're filled with all sorts of different things, no clear priorities. And so when people do visit the website, they're not really clear what they can do, what they should do, and why they should do it. So your first goal for any website, especially the homepage, is to be really clear on what the most wanted thing you want your visitors to do that's realistic for them to do. So what is realistic? Well, in my case, for example, most of my new visitors to my website either come from Google or they come from social media, and they come looking for useful information about marketing and getting more clients. So I think it's perfectly realistic to think that some of them might be willing to sign up for my regular emails and get my 21-word email report that'll show them some tips on getting more clients. That's what they came for. It's a free thing that'll help them do that. Not all of them will do that by any stretch of the imagination. Many of them might want to read a blog post first, find out more about me, watch some of my videos, etc. before they'd be willing to do that. But a significant number would be happy to sign up. And so I'm going to make them that offer. Because if they sign up, that's great for me because I can then continue to nurture the relationship, build credibility and trust by email. Now, if you don't do so much online marketing and you do a lot of face-to-face marketing, so you do presentations and seminars, you do face-to-face networking, then it could well be that most of the people who come to your website have actually already met you. They've seen you speak in person, they maybe met you at an event, maybe someone has recommended you to them. If that's the case, maybe it's realistic that you can ask them and they'll agree to apply for some kind of strategy session or free initial consultation with you. Now, you'd have to make it really clear what the benefits would be of that strategy session, what they would get from it, the outcomes, the wonderful clarity they'd get, the barriers they'd understand, all that kind of stuff. But I think it's reasonably realistic that they might want to do that. And that's a really great outcome for you, because usually in our kinds of businesses, having free initial consultations and strategy sessions leads to clients. If you're a software business, maybe it's realistic to think that they might be willing to sign up for a 14-day free trial of your software tool. So there are lots of realistic things you can think of that your visitors to your website might be prepared to do, depending on where they've come from, whether they're completely new, whether they've seen you before, etc. So have a think about that and think, what is the number one thing I want my website visitors to do, especially my new ones, that's realistic and I could expect a reasonable number of them to do. And then take a look at your website. Is that number one thing the biggest focus of your website? So if you wanted people to sign up to get emails from you, when they go to your website on your homepage, is that the first thing they see? Something offering them to sign up for your emails and offering a free lead magnet or something like that. If you want them to do a strategy session with you, is that the number one thing they see when they first come to your website? In most cases, it's not. In most cases, there's a big discrepancy with what you really want people to do, and it's realistic to expect them to do, and what they actually see when they go to your website. Very often you want them to sign up for emails the most. Where's the email sign up form? Oh, you can have to scroll down about 3 pages before you ever see it. The top's filled with, some wishy-washy stuff about how wonderful your business is and how great it would be to work with you, etc., etc. Well, they're not going to sign up on the dotted line there and then. You're probably much better off getting them to sign up for emails, getting them to apply for a strategy session, etc., etc. Now, I would recommend that the thing you try and get them to do is a positive action that allows you to follow up. So, if the thing you want them to do most is to find out more about your business, okay, that's okay. But the truth is, they'll find out more about your business and then they'll be off going to someone else's website, finding out about them, and they'll probably never come back because they haven't bookmarked your website. Much better if you can get them to take some positive action, like signing up for your emails, applying for a strategy session, taking a free trial of your software product or tool, joining your community on Facebook or LinkedIn, even just filling in your contact form. Anything that then allows you to proactively follow up with them so you can keep the relationship going and keep building it, keep building credibility and trust until they're ready to buy is a good action to go for, and make sure that is prioritized on your homepage rather than anything else that's all about making your business look good, etc. So that's my tip for this week. Make sure A, you know what your priorities are for your website and what you most want people to do, and B, make sure that's the biggest thing they see when they come to your homepage. Now the other things, a second priority, third priority, etc., you can have lower down the homepage, but make sure front, square and center when they first arrive is that number one priority that you want them to do. Cheers.